Hi, in this video I'm going to sketch the graph of this super nice rational function, which is f of x, which is the one we got in here, this super nice rational function. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to factor this out, but just before that I'm going to notice, I'm going to graph out this function. I'm going to take as a guide these four elements, the horizontal asymptote, vertical asymptotes, and the x and y interceptions. Now, okay, I'm going to factor this out. Continuing here, I'm going to factor out in the denominator the number 2. So we get 2 times x plus 4. And then I'm going to factorize what's in the denominator. So this is going to be a x plus 3 times x minus 2. There it is, factorized. Now I'm going to start out by looking for the horizontal asymptote. It would be actually it's the simplest, I believe, of these elements, because you just have to pick the biggest term, the term in the denominator, and the denominator has the biggest exponent, in this case a 2 and a 2, and as they have the same degree, you just have to, well, basically divide them. Would be 2 times x squared over x squared, and basically you're finding out the radio of these two elements. So it would be a number 2. That is to say that, in other words, the horizontal asymptote would be at y equal to 2. I'm going to sign this out. This will be I'm going to write it in here, the horizontal asymptote. And I'm going to check this out here. So I'm going to sketch it now in the graph. It will be in y equal to 2 over here. I'm going to draw it as nicely as possible, although, you know, I'm not much of a drawer. So okay, there it is. That's a super nice horizontal asymptote. Now let's get for the vertical asymptotes. The vertical asymptotes are as well the ones you have to look for in the factors of the denominator. This x plus 3 and the x minus 2, you have to both of them x plus 3 equalize it to 0, and the other one as well, x minus 2 equal to 0. Then solving for x, both of them, x equal to negative 3 and x equal to 2. Now those are my super nice vertical asymptotes. Here, x equal to negative 3 and x equal to 2. This is a vertical asymptote. It's a vertical asymptote. I'm going to here check this out. We got along with the vertical asymptote. I'm going to draw it, and here in my graph, here will be the negative 3. Here is a positive 2. Here it is, my super nice vertical asymptote in negative 3. And now my vertical asymptote of positive 2. Well, it didn't work out that well. Yeah, there it is. I guess that's the best I can do. Well, now I'm going to proceed with the x and y interceptions. Well, the x interceptions are, you have to pay attention to what's in the denominator, each of the factors you have here, and each of them, you equalize them to 0. Be this one over here, will be x plus 4 equal to 0, and then you solve for x, both of them. Here, in the first one, you divide x by 2, both sides by 2, and you get that x is equal to 0, and in the other one will be x equal to negative 4. Now these two guys here will be our x interception. I'm going to write it as coordinates. In here would be my x interceptions, would be 0, oh, it's too ugly, 0, 0 and negative 4, 0. I'm going to now locate them on the graph. 0, 0 will be over here, and the negative 4, 0 will be over here. Now I'm going to look for the y interception, although we can infer it, deduce it form because we got here that actually 0 will be the y-interception. I'm just going to show you the process, how it will be fully done in a problem. So basically what you have to do to get the y-interception is you evaluate the function with the value for x of 0. So I'm going to, will be here t times 0 times 0 plus 4. I'm doing here every step anyway, so it will be here 0 plus 3 times 0 minus 2, and here as this factor is multiplying everything in the denominator, that is telling us that the result will be equal to 0. So in other words, we have the y interception, it's in 0, 0, which makes sense because we got this other one in here, and that makes sense. So now the only thing missing, let me check this here in the first steps. So we got through all the elements, and now the only thing left would be to sketch the graph. Now, as here in the graph, we have this interception on the left side of this asymptote of -3, that is telling us that it will cross the x-axis starting from below like this. Whoop, that was pretty ugly. So we'll go over here. Well, that was terrible. I'm so sorry, that was terrible. I'm going to redraw it, I hope nicer. Well, I guess it's not that bad. There it is. Okay, that was the first part, and as the x-interception was in here in this last section, below the asymptote, the horizontal asymptote, you started from below the horizontal asymptote, from here to here. And well, now the thing is, if you started on the left side of this asymptote, you have to continue on the right side of this asymptote. But if you started from below and on the left, you have to start on the top and from the right. So that is to say, you start over here, and you have to draw this line, and you will cross here through the horizontal asymptote because you have here this x-interception, and as you have no other x-interception after this one, that is telling us that you will have to go down. There it is. If you would have done this, you would have been completely wrong, because you should have, if you in that case, you would have to have another x-interception somewhere here, and as you do not have it, the only possible way you can go is down here. Okay, now you go to the asymptote number 2, and as you went down from the left of the asymptote of number 2, you have to start top of the right of this asymptote. And you start top of the right, and you go down here all the way to the asymptote that you will never touch, and that's it. Well, that's it basically with this exercise. I'm going to show you just how it look in Desmos so that you can see it. Oh, sorry, this is not a Desmos. There it is. Oh, sorry, this is not the proper one. There it is. Super nice graph.